Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate.
Good morning, Darlaina.
Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate.
You have to unmute Darlaina.
Oh, damn. I ain't got to unmute her. She did that. You can't even mute her.
I didn't touch nothing.
Oh, get out of here.
I didn't touch anything.
I muted your cup. Stop touching it.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Good.
Hold on. I'm getting ready to mute them all out. Wait a minute. I'm getting ready to mute them
Okay. All right. He said he going to mute them all out.
Mute them all out. Gotta give her the space. Gotta give you space. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Darlaina Rose.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Before I get started, I want to share something with the group regarding one of our very own people who sit in the back and are really, really quiet. And I'm just about to put somebody on Front Street that don't even know that I'm about to put them on Front Street.
Okay.
And who it is I'm about to put on Front Street is our very own Brenda Bryant.
Oh, yes, Brenda.
So Brenda told us, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago that she had been making bracelets. And she reached out to me and said she wanted to send me some for my sister circle that I started here in Atlanta on Sunday. And I just want to show you just a couple of pieces that she sent me that are so beautiful so that you can get your pieces from her as well.
And I have one too.
You got one too? Oh my God. She is so amazing. So I'm going to show you this one. This is her tiger's eye and it's 2 strands of it. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Okay. And then this is a jade piece that she sent me. See that? Jade. And it has a little thing on it that says, I can.
Yes.
I can. Yes. Just beautiful, right? And I'm going to show you one more. This is red agate, and all of them are crystals or healing crystals. They have healing properties to them, so I love them. So she sent me quite a few. So I am going to honor her by putting them up as her collection on my personal website so that people can buy them. So I just wanted to say that. So I should say that today's episode is sponsored by Brenda Bryant out of New York City. Woo! So if you Brenda is so amazing. So you want to give her like 30 seconds to say something since I threw her out there?
Yeah. You put on Front Street.
Yes.
She like the back doors.
Yes, she want to say quiet, right?
Brenda, say stop that.
Thank you much. I wish I was out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm still in Virginia Beach, but still loving it. I'm enjoying so much making these beads. My daughter and her co-workers have me making belly beads. I must have made about 17 of them. Wow.
Beautiful.
I'm working on now. They're getting ready to go on vacation, so they have every piece of garment they have, they want the beads to match. So that's what I'm working on now. And Darlaina's thing for her girls group, I'm working on that one also. Waiting on a couple.
Yes.
Thank you so very much. Anybody interested, I guess you can get in touch with Darlaina. She'll give you my information. And again, thank you.
You're so welcome. I love her. So meek and so humble and so deserving. So deserving.
Yeah.
Brenda has been someone that's been a part of LCA for the longest time, and she has always supported me and supported my work. So I am so excited to continue to work with her. So on to the business, about the business, okay? So today I want to talk about emotional healing. That is my work. That's my real work, right? emotional healing is so important. And a lot of times, people, when they call me, they say, I don't know what my problem is. What is my problem? The problem is you don't look inside. Healing comes from the inside out, even physical healing, emotional healing, especially. So it's really safe for you to look within to find these answers. So when I talk to people, this is what they say. Oh, my body doesn't work. It hurts, it bleeds, it aches, it oozes, it twists, it blows up, it limps, it burns, it ages. I can't see, I can't hear, it's rotting away, and so on. Plus, whatever else you created. My relationships don't work. They're smothering, they're absent, they're demanding, they don't support me, always criticizing me, unloving, never leave me alone, pick on me all the time, don't want to be bothered with me, walk all over me, never listen to me, and so on. Plus, whatever else you created. My finances don't work. They're non-existent, seldom there, never enough, just out of reach, go faster than they come in, won't cover my bills, slip through my fingers, and so on. Plus, whatever else you created. My life doesn't work. I never get to do what I want to do. I can't please anyone. I don't know what I want to do. There's never any time for me. My needs and desires are always left out. I'm the only one doing things to please them. I'm just a doormat. Nobody cares what I want to do. I have no talent. I can't do anything right. All I do is procrastinate. Nothing ever works for me, and so on. Plus, whatever else you created. So what we know is, for everything that we are experiencing, beneath all of it is your inner thoughts, your inner patterns that goes a little bit deeper than all of that. And I'm going to ask you a couple questions. And you can either write something down now or you can answer them later. What is happening in your life? What is happening in your life? How is your health? How is your health? What do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Do you like your work? Do you like your work? How are your finances? How are your finances? How is your love life? How did the last relationship end? And the relationship before that, how did that end? How was your childhood? And as you answer these questions, right, I'm looking at some of your faces and your body postures and all that, and it's a little fidgety going on, and people are moving around and making faces. But listen to what you wrote or what you're thinking about those questions, because your thoughts create your future experiences. The words you speak when you answer these questions are indicative of your inner thoughts. And sometimes the words that you write don't match your thoughts. Sometimes you are either in touch with what's really going on, or you could be lying to yourself. about what's really happening. But either way, it's all a place for you to start and gives us a spot to begin. So I hope you got your pencil and paper out because it's test time. No, not really, not really. I just want you to answer a couple more questions. I just want you to write 2 words down. And I want you to write the 2 words, I should. I should. And then I want you to write, after I should, I want you to write 5 or 6 ways to finish the sentence. I should what? I should go to school. I should get a better job. I should exercise. I should do a whole bunch of things. So take 30 seconds to write down what you should do or what you think you should do. What should you do? And then I want one person to volunteer and tell me what they wrote on their list. Tell me what you should do. I can't tell who's
Hey, in Miami.
Who in Miami?
Oh, Jimmy, that's
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. All right,
yes.
cool. So after you,
I should stay in Miami, shouldn't I?
Absolutely.
Yes, I should stay in Miami.
Of course.
I should smoke another. Let's say I should smoke another cigar today. Yesterday was the first one. Like yesterday, I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
I should go running this morning.
Uh-huh.
That's it. That's 3.
That's 3.
How many you want?
Okay. So you said you should go running this morning. Why?
I said I should stay in Miami this morning. That was 1.
Okay. Why?
Why should I stay here?
Yes. Why?
Beautiful. It's just gorgeous, and I deserve to be here.
Deidre Lynn said you should go sit down.
I said, man.
So you said you should, and then you said you should smoke another cigar, and you should do what? You should go
running.
Okay. So tell me why you should go running.
Because it helps me to become more healthy and stronger.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. You should go walking. Okay. No. No. I'm gonna pick somebody else because you're playing. Pick somebody else.
Okay.
Find me another volunteer.
All right. Who want to volunteer? Come on. Say it. I don't see no hands. Put your own hand up. Okay, go ahead, Sherry. Sherry loves some Darlaina.
Yes. Sherry's
go ahead.
Sherry's a good client.
I don't use should. I just do it. So I exercise. I drink my water. I eat plenty of vegetables. I decided years ago not to use that word because it makes you wrong, or it makes other people wrong. So I don't use that word. So I don't have a lot of. So I'm finishing my my vision board, and I'm tightening up my goals.
Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate you so much. Sherry is so developed and personally developed because a lot of times I thank you. You got a A+ star. A+ star. Because what we found out is that when people use the word should, it makes them wrong. Should is one of the most dangerous words in the in our language. Should be removed from the language, because a lot of times when you ask a person why they think they should, they say because my mother said I should, because I'm afraid to, or because I have to be perfect, or because everybody has to do that, or because I'm too lazy, or I'm too short, or I'm too tall, too fat, too thin, too dumb, too ugly, too worthless, because I should. And so the answers that you come up with when you say should, a lot of times is all in your beliefs about what you should. And a lot of times those things that you think you should is something that somebody told you that you should. It's not even it's not even yours. And so when we say should, it says that we are wrong. It says that we are wrong, or either we were wrong, or we're going to be wrong. It goes into all these things that's wrong. And what we don't need is more wrongs in our life. So for everything that you wrote that you should, I want you to reread it. And I want you to say, this time, I really wanted to. I could blank. If I really wanted to, I could blank. And that's all your shoulds, if you really wanted to. And then the next question becomes, why haven't you? Why haven't you? And sometimes the answer is because my mother wanted me to do it. And really, I don't want to. That's why I haven't. Or I'm afraid. Or I don't know how. Or because I feel like I'm not good enough, and so on. So many people berate themselves for years over something that they never wanted to do in the first place. Man, I should have went to college. I should have got that degree. No, you shouldn't have. That's something that somebody told you should do, but it's not something that you really wanted to do. So how about take that off the list? People criticize themselves for things that was never their idea to begin with. Or it's something that somebody else said you should do. So let's see what we can drop off the should list. What can you take off that list that you felt like you should have done, but you didn't do it because you really just didn't want to do it? How much of a relief that is when you realize that some of the things on your should list was never yours. And Tony Robbins says, oh, you tell yourself, I should have this, I should have that, I should have that, I should have all that. And then next thing you know, you should all over yourself. So stop should and take should out of your language. There's people who force themselves into careers that they don't like because their parents said they should become a dentist or a doctor or a teacher. And they do these things and they don't really like it. And they feel, some people feel really inferior because they were told they should be smarter or richer or more creative from some relative. And then you take it on as you, and you try to do it when you never wanted to do that in the first place. So now you can look at your life in a different way. Notice how many of the things that you thought you should do are things you never wanted to do by trying to please somebody else, or things that you may be afraid to do because you feel that you may not be good enough. And as you start to release them because they are not yours in the first place, you start to shift and start releasing the feeling of being wrong that comes with the word should. those wrongs are no longer wrongs because they were never yours. I believe, in life, what we give out, we get back. God in the universe totally supports every thought we choose to think and believe. When we're little, we learn how to feel about ourselves, about the reactions that adults have around us, and whatever they believe, we create those experiences when we grow up because that's what we are being taught. However, we're only dealing with thought patterns at this point. And that is the point of power right now in this present moment, because we can make changes in the moment. See, we already know that yesterday is gone, right? Tomorrow is not here. And all we have is right now in this moment. This moment, we can change in this moment. And a lot of times what we find is the problems that people have emotionally all falls back to one thing. And that is loving yourself, loving the self. No matter what the problem is, or no matter what the problem seems to be, the only one thing that you need to work on is loving yourself. Loving yourself is a miracle cure. A miracle cure. Loving ourselves works so many miracles in our lives. And we're not talking about being vain or arrogant or being stuck up or any of those things, because that's not love. That's not love at all. So what we're talking about is having great respect for ourselves, gratitude for the miracle of our bodies and our minds. Love is to appreciate to such a degree that it fills your heart with so much love that it starts bursting out and overflowing in all directions. Love can go in all directions. You can feel love for the process of life itself. You can feel love for the joy of being alive, the beauty that you see when you walk outside, the beauty of another person. Feel love for having knowledge. How about feel love for the process of your mind, for being able to think, to be intuitive? How about feeling love for our bodies and the way that they work? How about feeling love for animals and birds and fish, vegetation in all its forms? How about for God and the universe and for all of how that works? So what can you add to the list? Look for ways that you feel like or you think that you don't love yourself. I can tell you what comes up with my clients. We scold and criticize ourselves endlessly. We mistreat our bodies with food, alcohol, and drugs. We choose to believe that we are unlovable. We choose to believe we are unlovable. We're afraid to charge a decent price for our services. We create illnesses in our illnesses and pain in our bodies by our mind. We procrastinate about things that would benefit us. We live in chaos and disorder. We create debt and burdens. We attract lovers and mates who belittle us or abuse us. What are some of your ways that we do that? If we deny our good in any way, it is an act of not loving yourself. There's an example of this woman, right? She had some old fears of, when she was young, and she was helped to release these old childhoods, right? And these old childhood fears. And when she released the old childhood fears, she woke up the next day and her contacts was bothering her. So she took the contacts out and she found that she could see clear. Released the fear, and now her vision is 2020. And the whole time she kept saying, let me turn the volume up. Hold on. See if that's better. Oh, it was your volume. The whole time she kept saying all that day when she could see, I can't believe it. 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 She got 20/20 vision. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Guess what? The next day, she was back to wearing glasses because she created perfect eyesight by releasing the fear. But when she started saying, I can't believe it, she took it right back to where she was. The other thing that comes up is lack of self-worth. Lack of self-worth. That's another expression of not loving ourselves. For instance, there was this artist. He was a really great artist, really, really good. He had some wealthy clients who asked him to decorate a wall or two in his house. Now, he was always behind on paying his own bills, but he was a great, amazing artist because his quote was never enough to cover the time involved to complete the work. Anybody who gives a service or creates a one-of-a-kind product can charge any price. People who have money, who have wealth especially, will pay a lot for what they get. It gives them the sense of more value. So there's some more examples of that. Our partner is tired and grouchy, and we wonder what we did wrong to cause it. Somebody takes you out once or twice and they never call again, and we think something's wrong with us. Maybe something was wrong with them. How about that? The marriage ends and we sure that we're the failure. We're afraid to ask for a raise, right? Our bodies don't match those pictures in Cosmetology, Cosmopolitan, and what's the other one? Elle magazine or Essence magazine, and we feel inferior. We don't make the sale, we don't get the part, and we make sure that we feel that we're not good enough. We're afraid of intimacy or allowing anybody to get close to us, so we have anonymous sex relationships, whatever, with people. We can't make decisions because we're sure that they'll be wrong. All of these are expressions of lack of self-worth. It's a no-go, an absolute no-go. You know, when you are a baby, you're perfect as a baby. Babies don't have to do anything to be perfect. They're just perfect. They act like they know they're perfect too, right? They know that they are the center of the universe. They're not afraid to ask for what they want. They freely express their emotions. You know, when a baby is angry, in fact, the whole block knows when a baby is angry. You know, when a baby is happy because their smiles light up the room. They are so full of love. Tiny babies will die if they don't get love. And once we get older, we learn to live without love. But babies won't stand for it. Babies will not stand for it. Babies love every part of their bodies, their feet, their hands, they eat it all, right? They have incredible courage. You were like that. We were all like that. Then we began to listen to adults around us who had learned to be fearful and begin to deny their own magnificence, and then they put it all on us. It's not terrible. When you really learn to love yourself, your life will change so amazingly so. So the next thing that we want to do is I want you to get, and you may not have it near you, so you have to do it later. Get a small mirror, look into your own eyes and say, Darlaina, I love and accept you exactly as you are. Exactly as you are. Yes, we do. We show up in this world with everything we need. And sometimes when you're looking in the mirror, it may be difficult for you to look. Some people cry. Some people close their eyes because they really can't see. You know, the eyes are the window to your soul. But do it anyway. And don't criticize anything. Don't say my eye too big, one eye bigger, my nose is big. Don't say none of that, because the only place you're supposed to be looking is into your eyes. And when you look into your eyes, just say, I love and accept myself exactly as I am. What's the problem? What's the real problem? There was a lady who she didn't like how she looked. She felt she was ugly. So she went from dentist to dentist getting her teeth fixed, and everybody made her look worse according to her. She got her nose fixed. She said that they didn't do a good job. She kept on doing all these things to her face, trying to fix her look. But the problem wasn't that something was wrong with her. It was her own belief that she was ugly. And there's nothing you can do to fix a belief like that other than work on the belief, not your face. There was another woman who had terrible breath. She was studying to be a minister. Her outer demeanor was so spiritual, but underneath that was a raging, angry, jealous person. And her breath exploded that to people. Anytime somebody came and threatened her position, she was feeling that anger. And when she spoke to you, she was offensive with her breath. It was showing through her breath. No one was threatening her. She was even offensive when she was pretending to be loving. But no one was threatening her but herself, her own beliefs. A 15-year-old boy who had Hodgkin's disease, his mother brought him in for therapy. He had 3 months to live. The mother was hysterical and hard to deal with. The mother and father was going through a divorce, but the boy wanted to be an actor. And he wanted to do that so bad. He thought that if he became famous, it would be good for him. But what he was lacking was the ability to experience joy. So when he was taught how to accept himself for who he was, guess what? He got better. He got better and is now an actor on Broadway. So even when you think about things like being overweight, it's not about food, it's not about diet. The real problem is self-love. Self-love. Excess weight is an outer effect of a deeper inner problem. It's always a fear or a need for protection, and having weight is a jacket to protect you from the world. When we feel frightened or insecure or not good enough, many of us put on extra weight for the protection. So it's not about the food, it's not about exercise, it's not about any of that. You want to dig in to see and to bring up more self-love. So don't focus on the diet and the exercise. What you really need is a mental diet, dieting of negative thoughts. If you put that issue to the side, whatever it is, and learn to love yourself, you'll find that you'll do more things to take care of yourself. And guess what? The weight will start to come off. Because you'll show self-love to yourself by eating better. You'll show self-love to yourself by walking more and making lifestyle change. Lifestyle change. Oh, somebody said I'm wearing a 50-pound jacket right now. And so you really can do that. And so the real problem is getting clear about how you feel about yourself. Loving yourself. Loving yourself begins with never, ever criticizing yourself for anything. For anything. Never criticize yourself for anything. Start there. Why do you criticize yourself anyway? It probably coincides with that should list that you made earlier. Or you feel that you're too tall, too short, too fat, too thin, too dumb, too old, too young, too ugly. And for some reason, the most beautiful people think that. Or I'm too late, too early, too lazy, and on and on and on. And it's always too something. I'm always too something. And finally, we get there on the bottom line, and it really is, I'm not good enough to do that. That is the central issue of everything, not feeling good enough. the body problems, relationship problems, money problems, lack of creative expression. You can all put that energy into not loving yourself. All of that is that. So I'm going to leave you with two things. This anonymous poem that I found, and it says, I am enough. Today, I am enough. Today, I am smart enough, wise enough, clever enough, resourceful enough, able enough, confident enough. I'm connected to enough people to accomplish my heart's desires. I have enough to pull off magic and miracles. Enough is all I need. Enough is what I have. I have more than enough. And this affirmation, the affirmation says, and the enough poem can be used as an affirmation as well. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I am divinely protected and guided. It is safe for me to look within myself. It is safe for me to look into the past. It is safe for me to enlarge my viewpoint of life. I am far more than my personality, past, present, or future. I now choose to rise above my personality problems, to recognize the magnificence of my being. I am totally willing to learn to love myself because all is well in my world. All is well in my world. So you guys, I'm going to need you to know that you are enough for everything that you are doing. That you are enough, that God and the universe will give you everything you need to create whatever it is that you want to create in the world. He gave you the vision for you. He will not give you the vision without the provision. Know that when you take one step, God will take two. I'm living proof. And if you take another step, God will take 4 and then 6. And before you know it, your life is turning into a place that you don't even recognize. Know that you can make any decision to change your life any kind of way. That means if you are not in the right relationship, if you're not in the right job, if you're not living where you want to live, if you're not doing what you want to do, that all these things can be changed. You just have to know that you are enough. You are enough to do anything that you so choose, anything that you put your mind and heart to, you can create and you can do. And if you need support in some way, shape, or form, the support is out there. YouTube University got everything. If there is something that you want to do, find the person that is doing it and follow them. Find the person that is doing that. Find the person who has your result. Hook your cart to their train and go. The sooner you learn this, the sooner you find this out, it will change your life from now to forever. You can choose the life of your dreams right now. You can live it now. So many people are living in angst in this moment. And there's people who TD Jakes calls this correction 19, not COVID-19. People have gotten more money because of PPPs and PUAs than ever in time. But some people have used that money frivolously when you can use it to invest in a business, buy yourself a house, buy yourself a car, do things that's going to help you, not hurt you.